Well, here's where we were at the end of last episode.
Oh boy.
The party, found some safety down in the thieves' den, thieves' guild, essentially, below the catacombs of the city of Bexley. They have their Aaron Yes, that I did not look up the name of. Didn't look up her name. Shame on me. Um,
Aaron? Her
yeah,
just
we'll
call her
just call her
Aaron.
Aaron for now. People just call me Aaron. She had a
Aaron.
short nickname too.
The Aaron, yes.
Yeah. Awesome. And been sort of hanging out around them, but behind them to not turn her too much attention until she. I think she was just gonna bounce. She offered help, and everyone was like, "No, that's cool. Don't worry about it." And so she's gonna do whatever she's gonna do. We're not sure. However, at the very end of last session, it was sort of a shopping portion of the session where the party wanted to stretch their legs down here, get a lay of the land, and pick up the resupply for this next leg, this next mission essentially over to Bridgeport, whatever they're going to do in the morning. Emil and Kaylin and Mina found their way to a magic exchange shop. Really, it was full of knickknacks and baubles and such that this particular vendor buys and sells, seemingly with the use of a magical item, a glass of monocle of some sort. She assessed everyone as they walked in. She clearly only knows so much about Arcana. But she's a very good salesperson, so she's managed to stay open and in business here, selling things, many of which are not magical, some of which are. What would you even call it? A conflict, a contest of will. I don't know what you'd call it. There was essentially a battle over purchasing
Shenanigans.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah. After picking out most of the smaller items they liked, they discovered a flying carpet in the corner, and the shop owner was well aware of the value of this item. And a couple other people were in there looking to purchase it, and this whole bidding war, it's like a bidding war, went back and forth. And during the madness, Mina swiped a hat. Kaylin was attempting to swipe a boat in a box, basically, it looked like. And Emil spotted Kaylin, at least, doing so. Just as Mina stretched her arm out and threatened to dispel the magic on the carpet if she didn't sell it to them for a much lower price, at which point the other people bidding were like, nope, we don't want to these people are going to come after us after and kill us. And Felix had an awesome unintentional intimidation check where he was like, you know what, why don't you guys get it? Like, being genuine, but they were like, oh, they're gonna kill us after. And Emil called Kaylin out and Mina for trying to do such a thing, saying, no, not okay. At which point Kaylin had a moment of self-reflection and ran out of the room in tears, essentially. Stormed out of the room. And that's where we left off. So I'll just take the part of Mina until Sam gets here. But I guess we'll pick it up there because there's so much that's going to happen from that. So we really need to. We can't skip that. So Kaylin, do you want to tell us again how you ran out of the room?
Yes. Well, after Emil or Eckert or whoever scolded Kaylin, well, I think after stuff was happening, after that, she gave the money to Felix and then ran out in tears. That's the only thing.
Hey.
I'll just say that she probably just ran out probably to the like the cafeteria area, probably to
Okay.
drown her sorrow in bread.
Nice. All right. I just have to roll something for Mina here. Okay. Mina, at hearing. Actually, I'm sorry, Emil. And what had you said? I don't want to shortchange what you said or how you said it.
I'm trying to remember exactly what I said, but I think it was something like, "I want my share of the party funds,"
He said
and
we're through.
something
We're
like
done.
Mina and Kaylin, I'm
Yeah.
I'm through with you guys.
Yeah,
So.
he was like, "I'm done. I want my share. I want my share of the party funds."
Amazing. Okay.
Kaylin at first thought he was kidding, and then he insisted, and so but then Felix gave up on the whole carpet thing. So
Nice. All right, so Felix and Emil are still in there. I think Brixi had just walked in. I need to pull up my fantasy grounds here. All right, I would like, in this moment, any one of you that feel like you would be looking over sort of in Mina's direction at this point. She's got her hand hovering over the carpet, still just having threatened to dispel this. To make a perception check, if you would. Do this for.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to decide what. I can't remember if I'm Emil or Eckhart. I just can't remember, but what we'll say Emil would be doing.
I don't think that you've officially changed back into Emil. I don't think you've said it, but then you were feeding Seb, so.
Yeah, and I think we slept overnight and we're at the Thieves Guild, so I think I'm Emil.
Well, we haven't. I don't think we've slept overnight yet.
Not yet, but you did have
okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Then I'll still be Eckhart then.
Okay.
And I think they were looking for Emil, or I thought they were looking for Emil. So. All right.
Can I take the perception check with disadvantage, Jan? I think I'd be paying attention mostly to Eckhart right now.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Still really good. Excellent.
Nice.
All right.
I think if Kaylin has just run out, I think what makes sense is that Seb would be outside, and I'm going to try and give him the mental command to track Kaylin.
Okay.
So I think I won't be perceiving Mina because I think I'll kind of be half eyes closed, trying to send that mental command.
All right, neat. So Felix, you see, she has a bit of a not pained expression, but like a constipated expression. I don't know what better way to. As she's doing, she seems really worked up right now. Like her emotions have gotten the better of her in this moment. And you even see this quick, like, flash in her eyes of just this extreme anger and almost like a quick lip of hatred. Where she pulls her arm back and like shakes her head. No, you're right. I'm sorry. She walks over to the shopkeep. Yeah. I don't have the funds to purchase this outright. Take this, please, at least. For trouble. Puts 20 gold counter. And walks back up to Emil. I'm sorry. Tries to walk past Emil out the door.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would be expressionless, but then I know what his charisma is, and he'd probably just look grumpy and thoughtful rather than, kind of stone-faced and serious.
Okay. All right. And she goes to walk by Felix next, who's a little bit closer to the door. And she's just going to walk past you unless there's anything interaction you want to perform.
No. Felix is just staring down Emil or Eckert at this point. He jingles the pouch of coins that he's got in his hand and counts out Emil's share and throws it at him. Here, is this what you wanted? And Felix is just unblinking.
No. Eckert gathers up the coins, not looking at Felix, because I'm assuming you threw them at me. So there's some gathering to be done.
52 gold pickup.
Okay.
I think Eckert is going to take a chance, and he's going to thieves can't sorry to the merchant. She may not respond because I don't think she's a thief, but I'll do it just to be safe.
Okay. You do, and she kind of looks at the gesture you make, and then just sort of, kind of looks back down, and she's counting out the gold pieces that she got. She looks back up a moment later. Well, you've driven away the other people, the other buyers, so are you going to purchase this or not? You won't find a deal like this elsewhere, and really, I think you should.
I don't like this.
It's up to you, Felix.
Feel good.
I need to go think. And Eckert walks outside and just sits down outside the building and thinks.
He looks up at Felix. I would hate to have to call a meeting regarding the dispelling of my magical items here in the Thieves Guild. There's a code here. Oh, I'm sure purchase of this fine object would put me in a better mood, let's say.
Felix has pretty much had enough of this, and he doesn't like being intimidated. So he'll kind of like brandish his lighting stick and look at her and say, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not today. Have a good day, madam. And then he'll leave. Or try to leave.
Very well, she says. Goes back to counting the rest of her gold pieces. Emil, you did feel the command to Seb register, so you felt him take off after Kaylin. You have a good sense of where.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Is I don't actually know how that's going to work because I don't know if I'll be able to follow him once he's out of sight. But okay.
You've been feeling a much stronger connection with him, including his location when he's within a certain range. I think Mina's also walking back to the cafeteria, likely to speak with Kaylin.
You know what? Let's do it this way since Sam isn't here yet. I guess when Felix walks out, Eckert will stand up and say, "Felix, can we have a word?"
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to try and pull Felix. I mean, I know we're in an alley, but we're in an alley with people come in and out of. Try and find a less trafficked spot and I'll basically tell him that Felix, what upset me, beyond just Mina threatening to set fire to some merchants' wares, was also Kaylin shoplifting. And I suddenly, I mean, I know we've traveled together a long way, but I suddenly wondered if I was with the right people. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that I've never done, well, actually, I guess I have done both of those things now that I think about it. But that's not the point. I mean, I thought I was traveling with people who were better than me, not people like the people that I used to hang around with and that I was desperate to get away from.
I can understand that. I definitely do feel like we should hold ourselves to a higher standard, especially the more that we have to deal with all this evil in the land. I fear that we'll get pulled into it ourselves. So I agree with you on that point.
Not to bring up a sore point, but I think it's sort of Mia that has me thinking that way, and the fact that she nearly killed you. I hope, you know, that's not a terrible memory to bring up, but, you know, because I thought she was a good person, and I thought that, you know, there was an artifact that was corrupting her, but that wasn't it at all, I guess. I think she was more evil than I could perceive. And we're traveling with a drow who we're taught, you know, are deceitful and hateful, and she's a cleric of good. So I think, oh, she must be okay. And then she's threatening violence on a shopkeeper. And yeah, I guess I'm really confused. And to be totally fair, I'm a little nervous because the shops around here may very well be under the protection of the Thieves Guild, and we could have, you know, we may have just avoided getting in huge trouble with the guild, which, given how unsafe this city is already, is not good.
You're right. You're right. But I think they need us just as much as we might need them at this moment. I think we might have a little bit of leverage at the very least. But to circle back, I mean, what kind of bothers me a little bit is you didn't really. I felt like this could have been something we could have settled together, you know, as a group, out of the public eye.
I'm not used to thinking that way, but you may be right.
I think we all could use a little time to think.
That's fair. Thank you, Felix. I appreciate you talking with us.
Sure. See you in the morning?
Yeah, you bet.
All right.
Okay. You guys head off to your sleeping areas, or
try not to get shanked in the night.
Kaylin's going to use her library after she eats some bread. She's gonna sulkily eat some bread in the cafeteria and you know, probably like talk about her problems to Brewer, who's just, you know, probably just nods.
Essentially, yeah.
Tries to eat bread as well. Maybe even like cry into the corgi wizard dog that's still randomly following us around.
Right.
Because I'm guessing it's with Brewer.
Essentially, it seems to be, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Kaylin will make sure that Brewer and the wizard dog are okay for the night and go into her library and find. We can retcon this later, I guess, with more, you know, once Mariah gets on. But take Brixi into the library because she want to do some research.
Okay.
on the dragon creature.
Gosh, I have to look something up because you're level 7. I think it's level 8. The library gets its next thing. But I'll take a look in the background while we're doing things.
Okay.
So tune in later in the year for Madbird Streams presents Corgi and Brewer, the animated adventures of.
It would be so amazing.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I have my idea for my comic series now.
Yes. Make it happen.
The Warforged and the Corgi.
Love it. Can it be a buddy cop thing? I think like that would be great.
So question, since Seb is tracking Kaylin and Kaylin steps into her magical portal library, does she just kind of disappear and he doesn't know where she is anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, it's a different plane essentially.
Yeah.
Unless you would want him to fly in or try to fly in.
Would he be allowed to with me and Brixi in?
You have total control. Like, you dictate who goes in, who doesn't.
I know, but there's only 2 people.
Yeah.
I mean, right now.
Since he's a bird, you know, I feel like it would probably allow him in, but only if you were like, oh, there's Seb, you can come in.
Sure, if I see Seb, I'll let him in, but I don't know if I'd see him. If he'd probably make himself.
Not. As much as I love him, I think he's a bird brain, and I don't think he'd immediately understand what's happening. He'd just be like, I'm tracking her. There she is. There's a door. She went through. Where did she go? And he'd fly to the other side and like, where's the door? I don't understand. And he'd fly back and he'd fly back and he'd fly over here and he'd be very upset.
Email gets these like weird messages.
Yeah, a lot of confusion as you're laying down to rest.
So actually, I have a feeling that I'd have to go out, find Seb, and kind of calm him down and reassure him, like, no, buddy, it's okay. You did fine. She used magic. Okay, never mind. You don't understand magic. It's fine. You're a good boy, Seb. Here, have some birdseed.
Go. The way the birdseed.
So, do I know? Does that door appear in the same spot in the morning? That's how that works, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. You've seen that. That's been your experience so far.
I don't think that Seb is smart enough to do it, but I think I'd have him try follow that spot. It's not one of his tricks, so I think he might fail and wander off. But I'll ask him to watch the same spot. It's like she'll come back, and we'll, maybe he'll be curious enough, or maybe he'll happen to notice when she reappears.
Okay, I like that. You know what? Make an animal handling check with advantage. We'll sort of kind of do it that way since it's a tangent type thing. We'll see if he's able to chill in the same spot for the night. Okay, let me just see what I think that would... Yeah, okay. All right, yep. So Seb's able to stay there until the morning when... as a person walks by this spot, the air behind them waves a little bit and this door appears, when the 2 of them will be able to return in the morning. Let's see. And Felix, you're headed right to sleep. Mm-hmm. It's funny, with the thought in mind of this entire area turning on you guys, like it felt a bit more friendly earlier. But now you notice all the people and all their weapons, and this is in fact a den of thieves and cutthroats that have some band of honor while here. But it is a little more off-putting as you're sort of walking to your bed chambers. All right, let me just check and see if Sam said anything. I've got a good idea, and Sam, if you're watching or listening, you can certainly retcon this. Okay, let's see. Oh wow.
Well, if we don't have anything, then I suspect that we could. Emil would probably try and be awake early to catch Kaylin when she comes out of the library. Okay. Since I think he knows where she is, even if Seb's confused. So okay. I think that we could probably do that if there's nothing else to do at that point.
Okay. Neat. What else we've got? I'll say M's probably resting. Brixi's in with Kaylin. And I'll just say for now that while Mina was probably heading over toward Kaylin with a bit of remorse over how she got carried away, I'll say you guys, missed each other. You were in there briefly, Kaylin, before you got your food and then brought it to your library. And she ended up missing you. That way she can have an opportunity to roleplay that out when she's here. All right. So morning comes around. Let me make sure I give you all a full night's rest here. Excuse me. Morning comes around. Everyone's got a nice long night of sleep. Except for Mina, who has dark circles around her eyes. Not just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not really sure that. I'm not really sure that Kaylin would have gotten a good night's sleep.
Oh, okay.
Just to say, just
All
for
right.
story. Yeah.
Has this been no resolution? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very distracted night and difficult time falling asleep. Okay. Brewer has been an excellent listener, though, and helped you as best he could. All right. Morning comes around. Felix, do you think you get up any earlier or later than whatever the standard wake-up time is?
No, Felix isn't really a morning person.
Okay, perfect.
But he will make a big breakfast for everybody.
Oh, nice. Okay. You get to the cafeteria, go right to the kitchen, like, you mind if I, or one of the booths there, and you kind of go around and set up a little station for yourself and borrow some cooking utensils from some of the people. Nice, tasty breakfast. Em, I think, would join you as you're preparing. She sits down and sort of tucks her wings in behind her, still seemingly getting accustomed to them. And tries to have a bit of a conversation with you. Just, good morning. How are you? Have you been? Boy, it's crazy. We're back here. Just small talk, basically, as you're preparing the food. Emil, you have caught up with Seb that was able to stay in place the whole night. And he kind of communicates as you approach, no door, no door. But, a little while after, 15 minutes or so, you see, again, that person cut around a turn and walk down the hallway. And just after they pass through that area, it's like the heat distortion effect before this door just comes into existence. And Kaylin comes walking out, Brixi behind her.
All right. Since we have slept, I will be in a meal form again. And I will say good morning to both of them.
I think Kaylin probably won't respond, but she'll go and get some breakfast probably. She'll try and avoid the table for as long as she can if he's sitting at the table. So, she'll go and get some breakfast first before coming to sit down.
So what is the breakfast? Is it something special or a repeat of something?
No, it's going to be a full breakfast, minus like the blood sausage. But yeah.
So the full English.
Yeah.
Are you delivering it to the table or do you have it set up somewhere?
I'll deliver it to the table if people are showing up together.
Okay, well, I guess Kaylin will kind of see that going on and then probably sigh to herself and turn and go and sit down at the table. Maybe, not completely away from Emil, but not like right across from him either. Kind of avoiding his eyes. His gaze.
Well,
I'll give Kaylin a couple of extra biscuits.
Thanks.
If Kaylin wants to try and ignore Emil will happily be distracted by breakfast.
Neat. And what a delicious breakfast it is. Unless you want to roll for it. I just assume you're making delicious food at this point. But if you'd like to roll, go right ahead.
You've ascended.
Sure, why not? Is that going to be the dexterity one?
Yeah, if you already have developed this meal and you know it, then I would say the dex just in the preparation.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done it, but
then you
it's
can
not
choose
very...
either or if you want. One's like the concept, the other's the execution, so you can kind of.
Sure, it's pretty straightforward. I'll just roll this one.
Okay. And
That
it
is-
is delicious.
God. Holy crap, this is the best breakfast Kaylin's ever had.
Our party is doing nothing but eating today.
Amazing.
Kaylin's like putting like biscuits into her bag.
Yeah. They're
The secret
soft
is
in the
to use
inside.
a lot of butter and oil.
Southern. I like it.
And they I can picture the like crispy outside with a soft inside and just loaded with tasty butter.
And you always have to brush butter on the top when it's ready, just so it really glistens under the light. Eat it with your eyes first.
You're almost not sure if you should eat it when it's set on the table. Like, this is beautiful. Like,
Kaylin wraps up the sausage for the dog later.
Oh,
Wraps up sausages
nice
for the dog,
oh,
wizard dog.
your puppy is still there. Yep, it's been following. You. I guess I'm not sure where you and. I really need to look that thing up and see what level you get. But we'll say everyone's here now at the table. Brewer's sitting down. Hasn't attempted to eat anything yet. He's just sort of, scanning everyone and petting the dog fairly frequently that's down at his feet underneath the table. The dog is, he's going around and sort of crumbs that drop. Also seemingly really enjoying it.
So, Brewer, heard any good rumors last night?
He turns. Last night, I spoke at length with Kaylin regarding her feelings.
Oh, that's okay, Brewer. That's not what I was asking about. That's between you and her. Just wondered if the people who are not in this party were talking about us at all.
There is some talk of you. Apparently, there was a problem in the shopping district.
Emil sighs.
Also, you seem to have some renown here. People. Actually, what would they? Because who knows that you're you. You probably wouldn't have talked to the people that know. So, yeah, he'd leave it at that. Kind of scans a little awkwardly and grabs a biscuit.
We're first trying to eat bread. I can see it.
Have we checked to see if the little wizard dog has a collar? Like, we've been referring to it as a little wizard dog. Anybody? Bueller?
Oh, are we deciding on a name?
Little wizard dogs. Let's just call it Wig.
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking me, no, I don't think anyone specifically looked to see if there was a collar. Not yet, anyway.
Okay, Kaylin will go and take the sausages over to the wizard dog. Kind of still looking away from Emil, and take it over and look for and see if there's a name tag.
Okay. Alright, I'll finish fixing name tags in a sec here. I don't want to botch that up. So, you, gosh, let me go look here. You look around, and you do, in fact, see a name tag. However, do you speak?
What?
Oh.
I speak Elvish, Common, I think Dwarven and Giant.
Pretty sure you
Okay.
speak Dwarven.
Well, I mean, but I was raised by elves, so
Nice.
I mean,
But you're a dwarf.
Awesome.
While you're looking that up, quick question. Have we had our long rest so that we've leveled up?
yes.
Yes. And also, Mina, I had everyone that was looking at you do perception check, which was essentially just Felix. This is when you had like your hand still out over the flying carpet.
Oh, yeah.
And
and then technology blew up.
yeah. Basically, Felix saw like this rising anger and a little bit of like a quick flash of almost hatred, like as emotions were sort of billowing out of your control for a moment, and until you stopped and were like, "No, I'm sorry, you're right." And then you apologized to the clerk and apologized to Neil on the way out. Just sort of trying to shrug off whatever, just transpired.
Whatever just happened. Okay.
And then you went to look for Kaylin too. I mean, I was just, again, sort of do whatever you want. I was just like, well, I think she probably go after Kaylin just to apologize, but you didn't end up finding Kaylin that night. But now it's morning time and you're all getting served a breakfast with a culinary roll of 23 prepared by Felix. So
Delicious breakfast.
Hey Dan,
All right.
I'm here. I'm just
hey.
I'm just having a rough night.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mariah.
Yeah,
That
this Mariah.
stinks. Aww.
Dan, did you see there was something on the collar?
Yes, sorry. It is written in. I need to see what Sylvan script is, if it's Elvish or not. Sylvan.
Oh, that's right. It was in a different language.
But Elvish script, so you are able to read
Perfect.
it. Mm-hmm. And it reads in some very flourishing letters, Blueberry Pancake the Third.
No.
Okay. All right. Are we sure I can read Elvish? Is Kayla just making this up?
I imagine.
Felix, what did you do?
Okay. All right.
I can't read Elvish.
Kaylin makes a weird face, like
Mhm.
trying to think, like hope, like I know I can read Elvish. I think I'm reading this right. Okay. Blueberry Pancake the Third. That's on the head. And enjoy your sausages. And walks kind of quizzically back to the table.
Mm.
Well, I've found out a name. The interesting thing is it's in Elvish, but the dog's name is Blueberry Pancake the Third, and Kaylin giggles.
She's joking, right? Like, I know she's a dwarf. Like, I understand she's a dwarf, but she's joking, right?
I can read Elvish.
I believe you can read Elvish. I just don't believe the name. She's serious.
Anybody else read Elvish? You're welcome to check it out.
The elf reads Elvish.
Oh, perfect.
You know what?
I can go and double check.
So the wizard reads Elvish too. I think we can rush over it together and try and read.
Yeah, I'm really curious now. Like, what?
Yeah, you give it a once over, and while it is written out in very flourished letters, it clearly says Blueberry Pancake the Third.
So is it weird if I make blueberry pancakes, or is that off the menu now?
I don't know if that counts as cannibalism or not.
I think
Happily eating more of the stuff out the
Well,
Yeah.
the dog is a wizard, so wizards normally have more interesting names, I suppose. So.
What's wrong with Emil?
No. More interesting. That's a good thing. I mean, it kind of just like shrinks and goes back to the table.
Okay, if anybody ever makes fun of Seb's name, I swear. And then Emil goes back to eating.
I think at this point, well, I'll wait.
Okay. You all continue eating dinner. Sort of slightly awkward since, Emil is sort of kind of wanting to address Kaylin, but Kaylin has her eyes averted and just like is focusing on this. So Emil's focusing on his meal. Amita's slinked over down the bench a little bit. And everyone's just sort of small talking it in this awkward way. Except Em and Felix that are still continuing their chat. Brixi, do you want to be like tiefling form full on eating? Or do you want to be cat form messing around with the dog?
I know she was asking what happened in the library, so maybe we can figure out what she found out last night.
Right. Gosh, and what was it you were researching? You were researching
the dragon.
Yes, the fluffy dragon creature thing. Okay, so basically how it works is you get to roll. If you spend the 8 hours in there, you can roll a history check with advantage, and since that would be for Brixi, who is studying. If you were also doing it, then you would additionally be able to do a history check with advantage.
I would help her out since I probably wasn't doing that much anyway.
Okay.
Gosh, wow. That would be a 23 total.
Neat. Okay.
All right, and then Brixi, you just have to roll a history check.
I'm logging on real quick.
Okay, neat. Yay!
I just freaking realized I was not logged on. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Did I hear real dice? Is it real dice night?
It's supposed to be. I have my real dice.
It's the 31st, and next
week. Oh no, that's right. It's next week. Well,
okay.
Sorry.
Wait, what? Dice?
I had them ready.
Dan, if you can tell me what the modifier is. Oh, wait,
yeah.
Never mind. Get my dice up.
Oh, okay, cool.
What was I say? I can roll, and you can tell me. Oh wait, I have a dice on my phone. One moment.
Nice.
You're so prepared.
If you could tell me what my history modifier.
Absolutely.
That's intelligence, right?
Yes, intelligence is +1.
Okay. 13.
Okay, nice. So Brixi, you find some information.
Oh wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, yeah, 13.
You got advantage too. You get to roll it twice and pick the
13.
higher. Okay, cool.
The other roll was an 8.
Ooh, yeah.
Total of 9.
Nice. Yeah, you find some information, Brixi. You find you had to dig all night, but you did find that this is in a distant branch of the dragon family, technically. But there are some cases where there are particular types of dragons akin to the what are they? The fairy dragons, and some other ones that are just these tiny creatures that have some innate magical abilities. But there's nothing specifically aside from the description of this creature and that it probably has some magical properties. You don't find anything else. But with Kaylin by your side, also pulling books out and rolling a 23, you guys come to this. I picture you both sitting in one of these fine, comfortable chairs, and for viewers, we've got an image up on the stream of the interior of her Mordenkainen's latitudinous library. And so there's nice, comfortable, velvety chairs there that the two of you are sitting in around a table, books stacked everywhere. You're both flipping through all night, drinking your tea or coffee or whatever your energy was. Until finally you're showing each other the documents you're finding. You've got bookmarks in different books, and Kaylin spins. Wait, She stands up. This is it, and she spins it around, and illustrated here is exactly this little creature. And while it doesn't have all the specifics, it is in fact a luck dragon.
It's a
luck dragon. Luck.
A luck dragon.
Uh-huh. And it does have magical properties related to luck and those that it imprints on. It doesn't give much more detail here, but it gives some basic care. It'll eat just about anything, but meat is one of its primary things it requires to survive.
We found out.
And thrive, yep. But it can do most of the things that dragons can do. It can fly. It'll grow in like a full set of wings. It remains at this small size for a while, but there are there's lost details. Basically, they know of the fact that this can grow larger, but it requires something that they don't have the knowledge of, on what exactly it requires to grow in size. But because it's a dragon, it does grow out of this size at some point, but it's not so much an age-related thing as it's something else. but they're pretty rare. I think just outside of this, like in the meta side, if you probably had a little more time, you might be able to find a little more on it.
Okay.
That's give you some more specifics, but there'll be a little bit of searching for that, I think, to
Sure.
Yeah, so you've got a luck dragon.
Falcor.
Which, yeah. All right, you guys are feeling lucky.
I think once everyone starts finishing up breakfast, once we have something to Kaylin's going to go over and set pretty close to a meal, just because she doesn't want everyone to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, so she'll maybe take a plate of biscuits with her to eat nervously, and go and sit probably a little uncomfortably close to a meal, but she just kind of sits down right there. And she just stares at her plate. I just want to say I'm sorry for what happened last night. I wasn't myself, or not the person that I want to be, and I'm ashamed of my actions.
Can we talk aside for a minute?
She pushes her plate away and just gets up.
I guess we go over to someplace a little bit apart from the others.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you the story? I mean, I grew up in the Thieves Guild. I was surrounded by a lot of people who are not good friendship candidates, but did I ever tell you about the first friend I ever made?
No, you haven't said much about your time in the Thieves Guild.
We were in Blackrock Landing, and Marmia attracted the attention of guards, and I panicked and ran away. And my friend Kaylin told me I was a dumbass for doing so. I guess it was just your turn. Apology accepted, of course.
Thank you. There were sides of me last night that to be honest, there was a time in my life where I wasn't a very good person. I did things that if you guys probably knew, you probably wouldn't think the same about me. But I want to be different. And that's kind of why I came out here. So thank you for accepting my apology. And she smiles. And hugs him.
Aww.
Super awkward 11 charisma hug.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I've broken a law or two in my time. That's, Hayward at Thieves Guild. But yeah, I'm trying to be a better person too. But before we rejoin the others, if you decide to take something from a shop, try and not do it in an area controlled by the Thieves Guild. That's a good way to lose a hand.
You're right. And hopefully that won't come to that. She'll go back and sit down.
Okay.
Emil will walk back a little bit slower. Take a look at Seb as he's walking back to the table.
Mm.
He'll mouth the words "blueberry pancake" and then just kind of shrug and go sit down.
Awesome.
Refresh my memory. Brixi still has the little dragon, right?
Yes. There's plenty of meat here as part of the breakfast, I believe, right? Yeah, it's full. The dog's taking care of most of the crumbs on the floor. No. Every so often you feel like a nudge on your foot as it's trying to move your foot so we can get some, different people under the table trying to add some extra food on the floor.
Oh, Kaylin wants to go and sit down across the table from Brewer.
Go on.
And she thugs her bag on the table, her bag of holding, and is like, I have something I want to ask you about.
Commence questioning.
And she kind of shuffles things around there because, again, it's kind of huge inside. So shuffles things around to where she can open it up, and the Warforged heart is showing inside the bag.
He rears up and does a rather quick look at that and double take. You where did you discover this? How do you have this item? Where did you find it? How long have you had it?
It's okay. I've been keeping it safe for, gosh, Dan, what, maybe 2 weeks? Game time?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, we've traveled. I think
you've done a lot.
2
Probably
weeks,
closer to a month because you had the boat. Yeah.
So it's been, time kind of runs together, but I've kept it safe for about a month. I found it in a keep. Yeah. I don't remember the name of it, but it was in the Feywild.
Feywild. Strange.
Yeah, I found it there. It was inside.
Wasn't it inside that massive earth elemental?
Orin's keep, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't really a keep, but
but
Yes.
Orin.
It was inside. It was it was where a bunch of I think there were some elementals in that room.
Yeah, the dude collected a bunch of really rare stuff.
Yeah, but it was just sitting there. I think the person who had owned the keep before held a bunch of treasure there, and yeah. So I've been keeping it safe, and I just wanted to know you seemed interested.
I have not been able to locate another of my kind, even components.
So this is rare?
Exceedingly so.
She kind of like pushes it back into her bag, looking around, making sure no one saw. I guess, I mean, I'm guessing I will need one of these. Or I'm guessing that one of these could be used to activate a Warforged.
There are mysteries to our origin and creation. I am seeking to answer these.
Me too.
I imagine this would be a key element. Creation of a new. You know, for an automaton to have 1,000-yard stare, you know, sort of kind of looks over your head, which I guess is
So
not
Brewer,
difficult.
what would you think of someone who tried to build a Warforged for themselves?
Kind of stands upright or sits upright. If they're creating for war, then they will face my wrath. They are creating for good. Well, it's not just. There were another. Austin.
Okay.
Longingly, like to have another of his kind.
Eat your bread. We'll talk more about later.
Understood. Goes back to the super fast chewy teeth thing.
Okay. All right. Kaylin's done.
Okay.
Kaylin's done socializing.
That's all I've got in me. Nice. Okay. Anyone else have anything to do at the breakfast table here?
While Mina is eating, she's going to hold her symbol and just sort of pray to Sune, trying to get her, see if her memory from the day before will clear it all.
Yeah, you take a moment and just have this really heartfelt prayer. And you're trying to think back, like, what brought me to this? Okay. You don't even recall, like, how you got from, I mean, you've had a little bit of this over the past week or two of travel, sort of can't quite place whether you were still in the boat or whether it was after you arrived here, but you've had a little bit of these, you know, certain emotion swelling that you thought perhaps was related to, you know, the loss of your husband, all the changes in your life, which reminds you of a lot of the changes you had to make once before, in the life you had before. But this just feels like a little too much. So you're, you know, as you pray for some clarity on that, the memories sort of are still a bit hazy, but they come back to you. You don't have the data type memories. You have the emotional memories of it. You remember how you felt and why and how things went, escalated with the emotions. At least you're feeling a little uneasy, but you're not quite sure, you know, what it was. If you just need a long rest, an actual, you know, break, or what.
Yeah. Okay. So doing that, she's just gonna kind of, you know, pull down her sleeve a little bit and look at the scar on the inside of her arm, the scar that's in the shape of a spider, and just kind of squeeze her arm really tight.
You're doing this at the breakfast table?
She's like off to the side, just kind of like looking there, just like, again, also the 1,000-year. Like she's like not part of the group. She's on like the other end of the table, just kind of looking at her arm under the table and just not really eating.
I think based on the fact that Emil was having internal questions about, okay, is she a drow? Is she a cleric of Sune? I think he would have been watching her, and I think when she took out her holy symbol, he would now just be staring at her. So you may or may not notice, but Emil is super interested in the fact that, you know, you're trying to commune with.
Okay.
And you, if you want to roll a percent, if you feel like you wouldn't notice, then that's fine. If you feel like you wanted to leave it a chance and roll, you're welcome to.
Well, her passive perception is 17. So if you're staring at her openly, she probably sees it out of the corner of her eye, but just doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, that's fine. Just letting you know that's what is in Emil's head.
Yeah, and then she'll spend the rest of breakfast just kind of looking at her symbol and flipping it over, looking at the ring, and just kind of looking between the two, and the scar burns.
All right. Morik joins you at one point, and
well, this is awkward.
Yeah. He comes in. Clearly, he hasn't heard any of the news about the scuffle yesterday. Well, good morning, everyone, and hail the day. Felix, he sees you, still preparing some food. You've improved your cooking. You've taken up cooking here. This smells fantastic, my friend.
Somebody has to.
True.
He laughs. Well, make me a plate, won't you? And he pulls up a seat.
Skimpy plate.
Nice. All right, he digs in and loves it.
The wizard polymorphs him into a plate.
Oof.
Dad jokes.
Awesome. Did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut. Yeah. No. Well, what is the plan? If we landed on one, start scarfing down the food.
I know Morik tends to get seconds, so I already have like a second plate ready to go.
Nice. As he's halfway through his first. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I guess we can make our way to Bridgeport if everybody's in agreement.
Well, and he is about done with his first plate. Well, I have a little restocking I need to do. I thought maybe we could take the day to just get all of our ducks in a row and travel by night. You're all amenable?
I think I'll pass on the shopping, and with that, Emil gets up and leaves the table.
Brixi wants to try to find a bag that holds kind of like a bag of colding.
Mm-hmm.
So we could like preserve meats just in case.
You can go back and look in the magical item place since you didn't get a chance to investigate. It'd probably be the only place that would have, a magical item like that. You were privy to the end of, how that ended. So, with Mina threatening to dispel it if she had the magic on the carpet, flying carpet, and Kaylin running out in tears after Emil's like, no, I'm done with you. But you're well. That would be the only place down here you think would have it. Nowhere else has had any type of magical item.
What do you think? Should I risk it going back down there? Because I wasn't in there. Wait, was I? I don't remember.
At the very end, you made your way in there. you had woken up and you came in at the end of everything. Oh, don't you dare do it, Discord. No. Discord way. Okay, there we go.
Still better than VC.
Oh, no kidding, right? Oh, shudders. Mork says, I plan on heading up to the surface today. I need some fresh air. I need to secure a wagon, hopefully. Again, part of the plan or not, we should discuss before I head up there, but either horses or a horse-drawn cart or something to make the travel faster, swifter. And just breathe some fresh air. Most of you should be safe up there. Disguises prove to be very well crafted. And if you have any business above ground, I suggest you tackle it today. And this eve, we can make way.
Might I come join you on your walk, at least to the surface?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I need to feel the sun again. Which is a really weird thing to hear from a drow.
Nice, yeah.
I like the burning.
Awesome.
It stings.
That's so great. Right. Well. How do you all wish to travel then this eve? By horse? It'll be easier for me to secure a wagon for sure.
A wagon would be the best solution for such a large crew.
Yeah.
Much better to hide in, I imagine.
Yeah.
Only if you have like a good cover, like your merchants or something. It's easier to be sneaky if you're not creaking wheels down the road.
True. I may know of a path should we decide to walk. That's well, Felix, you know this path as well. There's a lesser known route through the woods. We would likely need to camp. We'll likely be camping either way, but it would be off the beaten path, but take a little bit longer. Probably add 2/3 of a day travel, half a day travel onto our journey.
And we'd be more tired by the time we get there.
Yes, indeed. Always the tactician, Felix.
Sam, I am so disappointed by the bottom of that mug. Because it's not a Sam Regal bottom of the mug.
Here's your new task, Sam.
You had such an opportunity there and you missed it.
I didn't even think about that.
Nice. You could have a picture of Ormia and it says like #sorry not sorry or something.
I will find you.
Awesome.
Well, if you want a cover for having a wagon, I think it would be a little bit easier to have. Like I don't think we should walk. It would take too long, but we don't want to have so many horses because they would be more difficult to take care of. So if we wanted to get a wagon, we could have the cover of going on a pilgrimage.
Understood.
Is there something in Bridgeport worth pilgrimaging to? Does Felix or somebody know?
It could be a stop through. Like we're on the way to someplace. I don't know this continent very well, but it's just an idea.
That could be interesting.
Kaylin nods.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can find and meet you back here this evening, or perhaps we should choose an area above ground to meet. Is there a place that pleases you all to meet?
Not the magic shop. Kaylin says.
The magic shop, you say?
No. How about here? Would here be okay, or in the cafeteria, or no?
What about? Are we talking about above, up top, or in here? Because if it's up top, the Port Authority would be good.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Understood,
what?
yes.
Oh, okay, the Port Authority.
Let us meet there then, certainly.
We know she doesn't hate us.
She might be the only person in town, but you know.
Baby steps.
Very well. May I have some more to go, Felix?
Yeah, sure.
He takes what you're willing to give and packs it up in wraps it up in a satchel. Well, I'm off to secure our goods. Milady, if you're to join me. Looks at Mina.
Yeah.
Oh.
She'll pull her sleeve back down and then just kind of stand up and do the hood.
Neat. He also has a bit of had this cloak sort of tied on the side to look like one of those half capes, but he unfolds the whole thing and puts his hood up as well.
Yeah. The hood and the mask, so as little skin is showing as possible because the sun burns.
Perfect. All right, you two head out of the cafeteria, as it were, here in the Thieves' Den, and begin to head above ground back up into the city of Bexley. As for the rest of you, you finish up breakfast. Is there anything you want to do down here or above ground while you have the day to do so?
Brixi's gonna go back to that magic shop and see for a bag of colding.
Okay. Make an investigation check if you would. You enter.
Melissa, your Ben is being so cute that it's just making me feel better.
Oh, good. He's so cute, isn't he? Hey, buddy.
And also, you said investigation.
Investigation, if you would. Yeah, as you enter this magic shop here in the Thieves' Den.
That was really terribly on here. Yes, Warren, a bag of colding. What did I say? I don't know what I said. It's been a night.
I think you said that.
You said the bag of colding.
Yeah. You go in and you look around. You can see there's a bunch of the same knickknacks before, but as you take a closer look, you're like, are any of these even magical? Like, you have some arcane sense, being a druid. Bless you. You're welcome. But you're getting glowered at by the shop owner, who sort of recognizes you from the night before, and she's just sort of watching you the entire time. Do you have a bag of colding? And she, no such thing here. Just sort of like trying to get you out.
You know what? I'm gonna do something. I walk up to her and I say, I apologize for my friend's rudeness the other night. I was not here, but the tail end of it, and from what it looked like from the tail end of it, it looked like they gave you trouble, and I'm sorry for their behavior.
Well, all right. That's kind of you to say. Suppose you weren't really in the thick of it. I sadly still don't have a bag of colding, but I do have some other items if you're interested.
Do you know any of... Are you the only magical shop?
Here, yes. Very difficult in most areas to find, to sell and find magical items. High-end places and thieves' dens often have at least one place to sell wares that other thieves find and purchase wares that other thieves need. Just me down here, yes.
I'm specifically looking for a bag of clothing. Do you know how much they run? So I know.
They can be fairly pricey. Let me check my index. And she opens
like
up.
Kelly Blue Book of magical items.
Let's see. Yes. He says, not too expensive as far as magical items go. You're looking upwards of 500 gold at the highest, but often they have seen a little wear before anyone goes to purchase them. So maybe 350 to 500 gold you can expect.
Okay. Well, thank you for your hospitality, and I'll see myself out.
Very well.
And I find that
Good day. Kind of goes back, like, just keeping an eye on you, Garrett, just to make sure as you head out. All right.
What, the baby dragon? Oh, I forgot. I had the baby dragon with me the whole time.
Yeah, she probably would have taken her monocle up. It's like almost like opera glasses, except for just one monocle. Multifaceted thing, and she kind of looks at the two of you and sets it down. Just a moment, I have a phone call. She's not, just kidding. Okay, anyone else have anything you want to do above ground or under here before evening comes around?
Felix will head up above ground. He is looking to go back to the tree where they first met Astrid.
Okay. I mean, it holds a fair amount of sentiment value for all of you, and Felix in particular. So you look around the patch of woods where you know that you had first found her, and you see this large tree where it has some fist marks in it from where she had been training with it. Already powerful fists way back then. This is definitely the tree you think.
Felix kind of smiles with the thinking back upon those good times, and just kind of brushes his hand across the tree and feels the marks that were left, and starts jabbing at it and trying to replicate the spots that the Astrid had hit, trying to work backwards a little bit.
Okay. Spend some time doing just that, punch, thrust. And it's a little bit difficult to, it's a lot different than you're used to doing as a fighter with a smash and dragging your shoulder into things. And it's definitely different. And after like 45 minutes or so, and this is on the behest of Beth, because I was like, I messaged her and like, hey, how cool is this? And she's like, oh, please. So you hear from a branch, you're doing it wrong. It's all wrong.
Felix looks up.
You turn back and look up, and hopping down from a branch is maybe Astrid, except much older. She seems to have, they get not the timeless body that druids have, but she is jacked. She's so jacked. She has this really fancy, like, well-crafted monk armor on, with these, they look like sort of bracers around the back of her hand, but as she grips a hand to come down off the branch, you see that whenever she grips her hand, they flip up into place where the knuckles are. They're like this mechanical sort of brass knuckle type arrangement. And she's a couple, at least a couple decades older, but has a very youthful appearance still. The antlers have grown a bit, and it's very monk-like. It's a free, loose. It's snug where it needs to be snug and loose where it needs to be loose. Nothing on past the shoulders. and it has like the snug shorts underneath with a little bit of flowing material around that, and almost like a vest, like a monk vest with, again, a snug undershirt. And you see on her belt she has, you recall, of course, the wakizashi that you gifted her. You see not only that, but you see the full Gojira no Daisho, which is the entire set at her side. It's great to see you here, Felix. You're on a bit of business myself, but I had to stop in and say hello when I saw you here.
Well, if you got some time, maybe you could show me how to do it right.
I've got a little bit of time, here. Like this. First, let's fix your form. And she sort of pushes your stomach in and your shoulders back a bit, and yeah, and twists you sideways. You've got to be thin. The thinner you are, the better. And you're thrust from, she talked about punching from the hip. It comes right from the ground, through your hip, through your shoulder, and starts, showing you some of the moves. And you get a good, 3 or 4 hours of practice with Astrid. With Uber Astrid, like level 20 Uber Astrid. And she talks a little bit about how, you guys talk during this time about what's happened with you guys, what's happened with her. She went through this terrible ordeal with this vampire bite and this curse of the lich and the things she had to do to overcome it. And there was, a lot of stuff that she barely made it through to be here. She ended up spending nearly 20 years, just over 20 years in the Feywild before returning here because the time's so wonky. It's brought her back, just a while after y'all left. I mean, months, but still. And she even talks a little bit about, as you talk about your mission and what you're on here, she talks about a much larger mission that she's on. But as you're done and you're you've had a good workout and she hasn't broken a sweat because she's level 20 Astrid. She says, pull up a seat, and I think this might have something to do with what they're pulling out from under Bridgeport. Takes a little pouch and holds it out to you. Doesn't toss it, holds it out and says, keep the fire away from that. Okay? And you've got your lighting stick put up on the side of the tree there. And she places a satchel in your hand, little bag in your hand.
Okay. Take it out and undo the knot and open it.
Okay. There's this very finely ground black powder inside. And it has a very potent smell to it. Fire.
It smells a little like brimstone.
Aye. If that caught on fire right now, it'd be a very large explosion. You and I probably wouldn't be standing here. And I think they may be pulling that out by the bucket load from under Bridgeport.
I've never seen anything like this. Wait a minute. Would I have, actually?
You know what? How much time would you just spend with
Mia had a
gun? I'd say yeah. You would probably be aware of the multiple weapons she had that you've seen. It's very similar. This seems to be raw and potentially a little more explosive. It has a more pungent smell, but it's definitely the same material.
Crap. This is bad news. Wow. How'd you find out about this?
Well, I can't talk too much about what I'm doing here, but needless to say, I had to find my way through Bridgeport, and boy, something seemed off there. I think that you and the rest of the crew can handle this for sure, but watch your backs, be careful, keep fire to a minimum if you go down there in the mines. thought this might be helpful. Sort of hoping to use a little myself, but I think it might be best for you to study.
Thanks. I'll hang on to this and let the rest of the group know.
Felix, it's been wonderful to see you.
It's been really good to see you too, and I really wish we could have been there for you when you were dealing with the was it the vampire bite and the
Lich curse,
Lich curse, yeah. But I know how strong you are, and when we heard about it, I had faith that you'd be okay.
You were there. You were all there. My heart. The time I spent with all of you was very precious to me, and that gave me the strength to go on and seek out the answers I was looking for, and find many of the answers I was looking for, and to be standing here before you today. I'm hoping that at some point I can see you all again under, maybe with a little more time on our hands, yeah?
For sure. Look us up anytime. And Felix goes in for a big hug.
She also, I think at this point in her life, is a little more comfortable with hugs. And goes in, and she's got this unintentional bear hug as she's and just totally jacked.
There's that little duck underneath the antlers.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, and as you're giving her a hug, you see on the back of her belt, the side of her belt, is that mug. She's kept it like all these years. When it was always around her antlers, as you could tell, she definitely still thinks about you all. All right. That's enough for that. Hi. Let's call it a day and look forward to the next time we meet. Hey.
Definitely. Take care.
He goes to give just one final forearm to forearm shake of besties. Hey. And she bolts super fast because she's insanely fast now. It leaps up into the branches of the trees and dips through the forest. Right. Nice, Mariah. Antennae, lit antennae. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to do today, above ground or below?
Is there a I think Caleb would inquire if there's a tinkering place here?
Below ground or up in Bexley?
Either.
Okay. You don't really see, I'm trying to think of Bexley. You don't really see anything down here. They say no, there's nothing down here, and they're not really aware of any official tinkering place. Okay. Up above, but there are some scrap yards and things like that. They direct you to where you might be able to find.
Yes, I want to go scrapyard foraging.
Nice. Now, did we add something like a foraging, into your character sheet?
No. I think before we just used
investigation, probably.
Or investigation.
You can do an investigation check with advantage because you're in a scrapyard. Probably not that hard to find scrap here.
I also want to take Brewer with me.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not letting Brewer know of what I'm planning to do with my scraps eventually. But I'm subtly asking his opinion. What do you think about this, Brewer? How are these pieces?
The integrity is at 84% acceptable, and hands out one particular joint system, ball and joint system, and he kind of assesses each thing, gives it a scan, and helps you find sort of the primo pack. Let me see. I feel like I added the nice medium and large. And stuff.
I like having you around, Brewer. All right, you said investigation check with advantage, right?
Please.
Okay.
Did we really not put scrap in here yet?
Oh, that's a 9 with advantage.
Well, I'm gonna have Brewer do his too because
My other roll was a natural 1. So.
Brewer's got your back. I think we sorted it out into small, medium, and large scrap.
It's like when you clean your room and then you get through one box and then you just keep finding really cool things, or you just keep looking through and then you don't end up cleaning your room.
Nice.
Yeah.
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 You find 4 pieces of small scrap and 3 pieces of medium scrap and just 1 piece of large scrap. It could be, more for armor or something like that. It's malleable enough. It has a lot of, tensile strength. Mm-hmm.
All right. That's my day.
Okay. I enjoy your presence as well. Replies back to you.
Kaylin smiles awkwardly, and I'm gonna have the pup with me too to make sure that the pup's taken care of.
Nice. Okay. Pup seems to be sort of, at first he's excited and running around, but then after a while it's just sort of like laying down.
If she has to, she'll have Brew carry him.
Nice. He seems amenable to that. Okay. So Mina, you are out during the day with Morek. Make I guess you don't really need to make anything. Morek kind of knows the area, and he's able to find a covered. He is able to find a covered wagon without rousing much suspicion.
I'm just kind of like, I'm just gonna like talk to him. It's like, okay, if we're doing the pilgrimage thing, then I guess it makes sense for you to have a cleric along finding things.
Yes. Can you leave your holy symbol out?
Yeah. Oh, I always do. It's like this big, just like right there.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so you find, sort of like the equivalent of a bus for a trip. It's like a carriage that holds like 8 people in the back, and 3 across in the front. It requires 2 horses to be drawn. And he's actually going to pay for that out of, whatever funds he has.
Good, because Mina has like nothing.
Nice. He's well, let's get this back to the Port Authority, and you feel that's you talked to anyone
while we're
inside?
out shopping, Mina's gonna be looking for oh no, my pencil. Be looking for just to see how common diamonds are here.
Okay.
Because I think she has one, just like one for the
okay.
Resurrection.
Yeah, for Revivify, she has she's got one, but just to see what else is around here.
All right. It is mountain range adjacent, so you are able to find a shop that deals with precious gems, what they consider to be precious gems. And there isn't a huge selection. It seems that there isn't a huge need for these here. A lot of these people have been originally were working people. There was a wealthy class; they're gone, and so so no one's really buying these things. But you do spot amongst all of these bits and pieces here a diamond that would meet the requirements for Revivify.
She's like, oh, I would love to have a backup one.
What does the value need to be on that for Revivify?
300 gold pieces.
Okay. We'll say, it's right there. It perfectly fits the needs. It's not anything grander.
She's just like, Okay.
Nice.
It's like, okay, I know there's at least one here. If we ever have, she's like, if I ever get the gold again, there's one.
All right. Anything else for Emil or M? By the way, sorry, you've been you were catching up with Emil in the morning, having while he was preparing breakfast for everybody. You weren't a part of the whole disaster shop last night. You were just sort of resting. The plan is to go up to Bridgeport, and they're mining something out of the earth there, and it seems to Morek and associates here that if you can eliminate whatever they're doing, find out what they're doing there and stop it, then they won't care about this being their location. They might be able to get rid of them, or at least hurt them pretty bad, the Crimson Fang.
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to watch past episodes. I'm gonna go up into the city a bit.
Okay.
And I'm kind of just gonna walk around and reminisce for about 30 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
There's, memories and stuff. And I thought about getting like a healing potion, but I don't really think we need one because we usually don't. It's super expensive.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna mostly walk around and kind of reminisce and go through old memories and stuff.
Neat. Yeah, much of the city is the same and much has changed. It doesn't have that same hustle and bustle as before. You don't see the ostentatious, super rich people walking around, parading around.
Snobs.
Yeah, exactly. You do think a little bit about the Crimson Fang contact that travels sometimes between Bexley and up to Bridgeport that may have some information on your brother. I think the last thing you heard from Sterling Sam was that oh, Emil, nice. I looked at him like, what is that?
You
Awesome.
shape-shifted.
Yeah, owl bear and bear.
It's just a bear.
Sterling Sam did mention that you thought that his capture and everything might be tied back to the Crimson Fang and you. Like they're trying to have something on you. To either lure you in or get back at you or something. So the thought that that person might have more information or that your brother may actually be around here somewhere, I think maybe, if you feel anyway, might be in your mind. And I'm totally blowing past our bio break, so I'm going to say let's go ahead and do that before I go another hour. I'm so sorry, guys. So we'll be back like 8 to 10 minutes.
Before everybody goes, somebody had a birthday yesterday.
Ooh, who was it? It was Emercina, Melissa. Boo, 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 boo. Happy belated birthday.
I'm 30 now, everybody.
Yeah,
I know. It's a fun
Melissa,
place to be.
yeah.
I have a song.
Good bracket. Yeah.
Let me go get my uke.
Neat. All right, I'm going to go get some coffee and such, and I will be back.
Likewise.
Yeah, I think I need some. It's gonna be a long night. I gotta keep an eye on my dog.
Oh, that's
And I have to work tomorrow, so it's crazy. Like she literally has a car and she's sitting right next to me because she was all doped out after the vet visit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, I don't want her to lose her tail.
I know. Ugh.
The stinker won't ever sleep. They got taller, I swear. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hi, Ben.
Little sleeper.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Ben.
Hi.
Hi.
Ben, did you
What?
see my note?
Yeah. Hi.
Always listen to your mother because your mother knows best.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, well, what's that?
Hi.
Oh, it's Sanoderm. It's what I use in my tattoos.
Oh, okay.
I added, this is, hold on, let me see if I can do this. Remember I was adding to my D20?
Yes.
Bye.
Oh god, how am I gonna do this? I bend my okay.
Oh my gosh. Wow,
Whoa,
that's cool.
that's amazing.
That's very cool.
I don't know if chat can see it, but
Yeah, I haven't posted a picture of it online or anything. What are you doing?
chat, I don't know if you could see it, but we are being entertained by one of Melissa's
lady?
children.
All right, be right back.
Actually, I'm better off posting a picture, but I have the Critical Role sword.
Oh, the Critical Role logo?
Yeah, I have the sword behind the D20, and behind the deer head, the stag head, and then I've got Rose at the bottom. I'm always doing my stuff at like awkward. That might be a little bit better. Sorta.
That looks really awesome. It's wicked.
Oh, you're gonna show your arm too? Okay.
Ah, nice. Man, how old are you?
Say 2.
Oh,
No, not 1, 2.
Are you this many?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't even think about that. You'll be 3 this year.
Eat.
Listening.
Do.
Listen to the music.
Do.
I have that.
Eat. How?
Oh no, Nev, it's not a pointing stick tattoo. It's not done healing yet, so it's a little weird. Got it done Tuesday. And thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. I know I've been so busy. Oh, we're not leaving yet. It's been a while. I feel like it's been like 20 years. Like I don't even know what time it is. Whatever. She's gonna soothe you to sleep, then.
What?
Ben, is it past your bedtime?
How?
It's 11 o'clock. I put them down to bed at like 7:30.
So it is past your bedtime.
No, in my.
He's like, no, no, it's not.
It's past my bedtime.
Oh yeah, agreed. I'm just like, I'm ready.
Oh, it's 10 till midnight for you, right?
Yep.
Okay, I gotta let. Hang on. Secret message. Whispers.
Hey Ben, you want to go give me some coffee? He's him at a pour coffee.
Bye.
We're not leaving yet.
I'm not leaving yet.
Bye.
He's like out of here. Also, guys.
Yeah, all the other people are on break.
Yeah. Hey guys in chat, if I manage to make it at all during these next couple weeks, still stop it. You might see me in my robe more often than not, because I'm just that tired. Oh, blow kisses. Stop yourself. Oh my gosh. This is getting a little rough.
What did he have today?
I don't know, but It's so weird. They'll get super sleepy at one point, and then they'll catch their second wind. I think we caught a second wind.
Hey, Ben. Guess what? You and I live in the same state as you.
Oh, we'll be one day we'll have to visit. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Ben, air high five. Hey, Dan.
That was so cute.
Dan.
Ah, yeah.
Look at your DMs on.
Do not allow somebody who shapeshifted into a cat to set off fireworks. I don't know why that thought popped in my head, but like, if Brixi's gonna like shapeshift into an animal, like set off fireworks or something. Like,
I mean, after the bits and pieces of like episodes of Jester setting off fireworks, I mean, who knows?
You never know what could happen.
Okay, got the message. Cool. Sounds good, Mariah. Yay. Oops. What are these? Meow. Meow. Hey, Brady.
I don't know why I'm playing Rainbow Connections. It makes me cry every time.
Oh, love it. Oh, right, Nevik? Absolutely. Little kids have boundless energy, and the heat doesn't phase them at all.
Just got poked in the eye.
Oh no! Oh, it's the worst.
What happened?
Get poked in the eye. And it made Discord go out.
Bye.
Oh, Melissa, no.
You right, Melissa? Ben!
I'm surprised I don't have a broken nose after all these years. How many times they've headbutted me too.
Right?
Why'd you poke your mother in the eye? Was it on accident?
Let's hope.
So sometimes you just never know.
Yeah, right?
Because kids are just creepy.
Yeah. They have perfect aim for eyes, noses, and crotches, I think.
I was going to say crotches.
Yes.
When they're at a certain height.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Oh, man. And it's always at the worst times.
Yeah.
And it's just like sudden and sharp and painful and everything that I hate.
Good douche, yeah.
Death.
Why, children, why?
Take them off.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some coffee from somewhere.
Nice, yes. Coffee.
Okay, so Steph,
Mm-hmm.
did you get my DM? I'm gonna take it as a no, but once Sam and Ed gets back, we're gonna sing happy. I'm gonna play ukulele and we're gonna sing happy birthday to Melissa.
Okay.
Before we start back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone that is up for it.
Yeah,
Join
that's fine.
in.
I thought of this.
Like to hear it, here it goes. It's an old Lippin cup.
There's also picking. There's a pick style, but I'm not gonna do that.
Those dice twin. Yeah, no kidding. Kids, man. Ed, that was a nod from Beth. I thought the whole premise was so cool. I'm like, hey, guess what? Isn't this cool? She was like, oh, it would be cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Can you do
got
this
me
for
there.
me? I was like, yeah.
Hey, Ben.
Hi, little one. I like your hair. Very cool haircut. Yeah, it's so short and cool. I love it. Where'd it go?
You have to be careful because this happens, though.
That's so neat.
Oh, cuteness overload!
It's so fun, huh? Oh, I like your pajama shirt. Wake up, it says.
Ben, I'm gonna send you a direct message on Facebook.
Hi.
Perfect. Hi. I love your snappy haircut.
Uh-huh.
It's called lice.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you gotta buzz them all, yep.
That's horrible.
Which of yours?
I was trying to
Was
say
it him that you said that looked like Aang? Or was it your other son that you had a buzz cut because of lice?
Actually, all of them.
Yeah, once one of them gets it, you gotta buzz everybody.
Well, the thing is, we had
Buzz them all.
2 rounds. No, we had like 3 rounds of lice, and by the time the 3rd round came about, I was forced to buzz him, and he had beautiful curls, and I was like, man, I really don't want to, but I need to. It's just too much. I had to cut my daughter's hair, and then I actually cut my hair because I had lice.
Right.
It was just easier to cut
It's
through.
the worst, and it's so. I mean, the kids don't know yet. You know, they're in school and they don't know. They don't understand. Don't touch heads.
Don't share anything, or whatever. But we kept getting it because somebody at their daycare was so not coming to their kids' hair. So.
Yep.
This is ridiculous.
Put mayo. Oh yeah.
My mom does that.
Nice.
Mayo
You can
in her hair,
suffocate
like
them. Yeah.
once a month.
Oh, okay.
My mom used to slather my hair and my sister and I's hair in mayonnaise.
Yeah.
She would use the stuff and then she'd slather it in mayonnaise and we'd wear a shower cap to bed. And
It's supposed to be like super good for your hair.
Yeah.
Nice. A win-win.
Everybody's saluting Ben in chat.
Another funny mug.
Steph, that's awesome. I'm gonna look that up for you.
Okay. All right. Possible tinkering.
Yeah.
I have to clean the house for the city tomorrow.
Yeah, this is my second time doing Rye in 1 week. It's ridiculous. That's how much emotional stress I've been going through.
I'll probably not clean my room in like 2 months. Like literally. Same boat.
Oh, is everybody here? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So you know that song I was talking to you about?
I've heard it once before. Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna let. Yeah. Did I?
Groove is in the hole. No, not that one.
Oh,
but you're all welcome.
Oh my goodness! Why is my Ed?
Oh.
Huh?
It's Ed's fault.
Wait.
Sorry.
Well, I was gonna send you a message, but I can't send you a message.
Let's vote.
Ed.
But Anne, do you want to say what we're doing real quick?
For anyone that's up for it, we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to Melissa. It's a belated birthday fun thing.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Yeah, so
All right.
prepare.
1, 2, 3, and go.
Happy
birthday
to you. That's so great.
Happy
We're all happy birthday to you. Oh, we can do it like William Shatner. Happy birthday to you.
Melissa.
This
Well,
is
this-
not going well.
Happy birthday to you.
You.
The most clipped.
Thank you guys.
Happy
I love
birthday,
it.
Melissa.
I know it depends on you, but it's the thought that counts.
Amazing. Yeah. Nice. All right, I will actually be looking at this in the background, Steph, while
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just reading something.
if I shared out the artificing document to you because you have that book, if I did, if I didn't, I'll share it out. That's essentially like for you to do it yourself.
I'll double check.
It'll be a
that's great.
little bit more for someone else. I mean,
great.
you're close
Okay.
to being able to do it yourself.
Okay.
I think it'll be rank 3.
Yeah, I think I should have that somewhere. I'll look.
Okay. Neat. All right. Back to business. Clarice.
Over there.
No, Dan.
Nice. You're looking for a covered
Yeah.
wagon, Clarice. Okay, sorry.
Please. Please no.
The next
Dave,
mini boss.
You got my crafting message?
Nope, I didn't.
Dan's getting all the messages.
It's exciting, yeah. Was it on
Okay.
Facebook or was it?
It was just Discord. I was gonna. You asked me what everybody was gonna do. I was gonna do some silversmithing while everybody else is doing their things.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Let's go ahead and roll that out because you can get XP for it based on the rolls and such. So,
okay.
I think that'd be fun. Now, do you have what's up, Brixi? I guess we put in the one jeweler's tools. All right, yeah, go ahead and roll. Is this something that you're doing for the first time? Oh, I'm sorry. It was Discord.
Welcome back, Dan.
I sigh at thee, Discord. Thank you.
Good night.
I sigh at thee again, Discord.
Oh.
Is he back?
The next time it's gonna be, he's gonna come back and he's gonna say, "King Discord."
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, now okay.
Dan, while you were away, we killed the shopkeeper. and
Yes.
stole the magic carpet.
No.
Awesome. And knocked those other 2 people unconscious and left them in there. Like, it was them. Awesome. Yeah, over here. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Oh, right. I wish I have a puppy somewhere, but it's too far away. Now, Emil, is this something that you've do you want to roll basically like an intelligence check to develop it in your mind, like to come up with a concept? That can, the only thing that affects is it may give you advantage on the actual execution.
Well, here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to find a silversmith and not really have a clear idea. And I wonder if I should have messaged you first. Okay, we'll just go ahead with this.
Sorry.
And I'll get a bit of material and I'll start crafting like a charm for a necklace or something simple like that.
Okay. Only
what's going to happen is that I'm going to I'm going to be thinking as I'm doing it and not really like have a firm idea in mind, but at some point I'll realize I'm making a holy symbol of Hermod.
Okay.
And so I'd like to see like how it turns out, but if it doesn't turn out great, I would probably just melt it down or hammer it down, because I didn't, it's kind of just where my mind is.
Nice. Ooh, I like that so much. All right. Ooh, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do some things here because of what you're doing. All right. So first, I would say, I think because you don't really have a clear concept and you're just going along, I'd say go ahead and just roll your silversmithing check. I think it's a dex-based one.
Yeah, I don't think you gave me silversmithing explicitly, so it's just dex.
I think it's here. Let me check. Oh, jeweler's tools. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad.
Okay.
Oops. Okay. However, as you're you didn't even notice as you were just going along crafting this, you were actually sort of lucky in the process. So go ahead and roll a second time. Okay. There was a time or two where you were almost, going to nick a piece off that you didn't want to. And you just, in the process of going along, you didn't even think about it. Just luckily it didn't chip off or break in any way. You end up with, gosh, at 18, I mean, that's a near perfect charm. Essentially holy symbol of Hermod.
Okay, that's unexpected and good. I think actually, if it's really that good, then Emil would probably probably not make a chain, but probably try and like find or buy a chain and actually wear it around his neck, hidden. Like it would be hidden.
Okay.
He certainly doesn't want to show it to people, but yeah, he would do that.
Nice. There's a number of bins of leather bands for necklaces, as well as excuse me. Oh, thank you, Riddick. As well as chains, actual small chains, right here at the shop that are a copper a piece. They're really super cheap.
Okay, that's what I'll do, and that'll be my day.
Okay. Restarting the stream here, just so not restarting it. Sorry, I'm refreshing my browser to make sure it's not it's okay on this end. It's okay.
And Dan, when we get back from shopping, remembering how we fought against that fiend, I'm going to take an hour before we leave and cast ceremony, and I'm going to I'm going to create. That's the spell.
It's so awesome.
And I'm going to create a flask of water.
Oh, nice. Okay, beautiful. You just that. And you create the flask of water. Excellent. Right. Okay. So, gang, how exciting! We get towards the end of the day, where everyone is going to head over to meet up at Fort Authority. Dun dun dun. Back where you all met Hisky Pentergast. Morik is already there, sort of prepping this covered wagon, putting some stores of rations underneath the seats, and carefully tucking and wrapping. It sounds like a couple of weapons to just sort of keep at the ready but out of sight. He suggests to everyone else, as everyone has some pretty visible weapons, many of you do anyway. Hello, well met. Good evening. Let's have things almost underway. I would suggest that for those that will sit in the back, and all the more for those that will be out front with me, placing our weapons under the benches. Keep them within reach, but not many emissaries and people that take these treks are armed to the teeth, such as we are.
Felix definitely stows his lighting stick.
Hopefully not lit in the wooden cart.
Why not? As he says as he puts the gunpowder next to it.
Awesome. All right. Is anybody not stow their weapons? Like I think Emil, the only weapon that would be visible would be the crossbow or the short bow.
Yeah, I better stow that, but I can stow the rapier too. But let me see if I have a dagger. I'd keep a dagger on me, anyways.
Okay.
Mina will put her Mina's gonna ride in the front, so she'll put the dagger like under her feet, under the seat, and her crossbow within easy reach, just like by her feet.
Okay. There's room for one more person up front, and then plenty of room for everyone else in the back. Then so Morik is sort of in the center to actually, steer the thing, manage the horses. Mina has sat beside him as he's getting everything ready. Who wants to sit on the other side?
Not it. Morik smells.
Nice. Felix says as you climb up through the front just to like mess with him. Not it. Oh, but he does take a minute. No. Okay. We'll say everyone else is in the back then. And well, without any more ado, I suppose we should be on our way. Yes, he kind of looks back into the back of the covered wagon. Are you all ready?
I was born ready.
That's the spirit. Seb flies into the back of the wagon and up onto Emil's shoulder.
Perfect.
And off we go. The luck dragon seems to be relatively comfortable in your embrace, Brixi. Let's see, it's evening time. Okay, guys, begin. Yeah, and the horses, snap the wagon into a decent pace as you make your way through the city and out the northern gate and begin the trek to Bridgeport.
Would this consider to be a short or long rest since we're riding, or?
Well, you had a long rest the night before, and I don't think you've used any spells or anything, so you should be at full. But I mean, it depends on how far we get.
We spent the night studying too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have not got to use this yet, but this is up to you. I was gonna see if I can use my Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow feature.
Ooh, what's it do?
Which it invokes a shadowy power of Glooming Court to help guard your
respite
party. At the start of the rest, you touch a point in space and an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears, blah blah blah. Well, within this sphere, you and your allies gain +5 bonus to stealth and perception checks. And any open
like Emil needs that.
What's that?
Because Emil already does so much on stealth.
Nice. Yeah.
And light from open flames in the sphere. A campfire, torches, or something, etc., isn't visible outside.
That's amazing.
So it basically gives you +. And I did not know.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, you can count this as a short rest. I mean, it'll meet the criteria. It depends on how long you want to be napping. It's not quite bedtime yet. You have a few hours before,
Well, it
it's dark.
says the sphere vanishes at the end of the rest or when you leave the sphere, meaning me.
Yeah, so if you want to go to bed, you can. It's like a 7 or 8. It's maybe another, I guess it would be like an hour, hour and a half before it got dark.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Okay.
I'll wait.
You
I
don't
didn't
get...
know if
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I didn't know if we were gonna take a short rest or what. But since we're in a car, I didn't know if that would do anything. It doesn't really specify.
It's centered on you, yeah, so I'm pretty sure anyway, so you'll be good as long as it follows you. So if you're moving, then it moves with you, yeah. We'll say that you get like an hour and a half out of town there, if that. When it's completely dark, it's a time you start getting tired, feeling maybe 9. And yeah, you fall asleep, and as you do, this dark sort of almost not even visible, but there's this bit of light, faint darkness that emanates from you and just sort of passes everybody in this circle. And you can see, like, what was the radius here? I think it's going to get everybody in this 30-foot radius. Yeah, everything within this area is just a little bit darker and dimmer. While no one else is really sure what it does yet, it's kind of a new thing and interesting. Radiates out while you're having your long rest. And I'll actually have everybody roll a stealth check. And according to this, you will have a...
+5!
Yeah, hit the +5 button down bottom left, near the advantage button. And...
Emil's just being Emil.
Amazing.
Who's Emil? Oh, today.
Oh, the dropped 20, Kaylin.
Dan, did you say advantage?
Ooh.
No, it's a +5 instead.
Bye.
I'm trying to look at my. I thought my boots gave me.
Oh my god, I got higher than
double
a
check.
Yes!
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
well, it says I have with my boots.
Stealthiest.
Dan, it says I have advantage on my dexterity stealth checks. That relies on moving silently. Never mind.
No, but that's essentially what you're doing in the in here. So you'll get to keep your 20.
Okay.
Plus 8, so you have a 28.
Okay.
Even with the natural 20, you still can't touch the rogue.
I know, right? I'm just like, wait a minute, I read
34.
that. Come on.
Did you have +5?
Those are Vax numbers right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even +5.
Amazing. Yeah, so
Well, I'm just proud of Melissa and I because
yeah.
being druids.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are you're in the zone. Quiet, and Brixi, you're not snoring or anything. You're nice and quiet as you rest. You don't flop around.
Do I need to roll a separate stealth check for the luck dragon?
No, I'll usually tell you if I want you to do a separate one. Luck Dragon's like hasn't made any squeaks or sounds aside from that little bit of like a mewing sound.
Hey, the dragon's bringing me luck.
Nice, there it is. This is amazing. And Emil, like Emil's there, but half the time you're like, wait, is he? Oh no, there he is. You gotta focus your eyes, like, oh, yeah, he's there. It's a little eerie though how well he just blends into the darkness here.
Mina is impressed.
Yeah, right.
And once the sun is setting, she's gonna take her hood and everything off and moonlight.
Nice. Yes.
Much better.
All right. Well, let's see. You guys carry on the first thing.
Dan,
Mm-hmm.
while I'm asleep, I want to try to see if I can contact my mentor in my dreams.
Ah, okay. Make a wisdom check if you would.
Straight wisdom?
Just straight wisdom, yep.
Come on, you mofo.
Nice.
18.
Whoo! Okay.
This little baby luck dragon is bringing me luck.
Nice.
Yay.
What is it that you want to, as you reach out, is there anything that you're saying or asking towards this
I just want to make sure she or he is there before I ask them any question.
As you're drifting through sleep, you have a number of the normal dreams. Half of them are in cat form, or some other animal form where you're running free, and one with nature. But the dream sort of shifts over, and it feels like a bit more of a lucid dream. You're aware that you're dreaming, and can make certain decisions while in this dream. And there's an ambiguous figure. You can't tell male or female currently. The voice just feels neutral in the weird way that dreams can distort things like that. And while you're not necessarily able to ask any particular questions or statements, you just feel the companionship with this person, the company, the fact that they are there, their presence strongly, and it's a comforting presence and a guiding presence, and it takes you on this long trek that feels in your dream like hours-long trek through the woods and then over the mountains in that, again, nonsensical way that dreams happen. You just go through all these different aspects of nature, underwater, and through some of the most dangerous terrain, volcanoes and ice-cold mountaintops. And you feel like you're just soaking in bits of knowledge from each of these places as you pass through. And as that dream sort of slips, and eventually as you wake up, you feel that that presence lingers a bit as you wake up until the memories of the dream start to fade a bit. But the memories of that lucid part seem to stick with you. As though...
Does my pearl necklace do anything?
Not yet. Not currently. For now, it's this peaceful feeling internally. You've reached out, and some guiding presence has reached back, met with you.
Cool. Awesome.
Neat. All right.
Now, once I wake up, I just like the little luck dragon and just cuddle and snuggle with it.
Aww.
And I want to try to figure out if it's a boy or a girl.
Okay. Do you? Gosh, would that be in?
With Kaylin's 23 investigation, would she, in her research, would have, or I would have figured out like the difference between male and female luck dragons?
Yeah. I think first I'm gonna have you do an animal handling check to get near its bits.
Fair enough.
Woo! It just flops. You sort of tickle and pet its belly, and it just sort of flips over and is peacefully just chilling. All right, you know what? And now I need to find out whether it's It has little dragon lady bits. Female.
Dragon lady bits.
I did not expect this content.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah.
Brixi won. No, so blame Brixi. We've already blamed you once, Sid.
It's catching
Just
all the
kidding.
blame.
Just kidding.
All right. Yep. So you're sure that it's a female luck dragon. And,
Is there anybody near, like, near in the back?
I mean, yeah, you're all in the back of a covered wagon, so you're all pretty close to one another.
Cool. I'm gonna turn to everybody and tell them the research that Kaylin and I did, and tell them that the draft. First off, who's asleep by any chance?
I think that Kaylin will probably be asleep because she didn't sleep that much the night before. So.
Cool.
Yeah, Emil's asleep. Sorry.
Okay.
Mina is definitely awake.
Never mind. Brixi wants to tell everybody so she doesn't have to repeat herself. But she just sits the little baby dragon down, and just lets it roam in the back to see what, and just observe it.
Okay. It seems to be pretty chill. It's sleeping a lot. And wakes up, seems to be hungry every now and then. You can feed it some rations, some meat in there, rations. Yeah. That's about it for little
So
dragon.
it just sleeps and does nothing else?
Sleeps, eats, mews a little bit when it's hungry. It wakes up and it's hungry. Yeah, otherwise not too much.
Cool. And then I try to go, and then I pick it up and just go back to sleep with it hugging.
Nice. Noise. All right. Let's see. You continue on throughout the day, and Morik, every so often strikes up a conversation. He, is trying to catch up with Felix some more, and is getting to know everyone else a little bit better. And Mina, he turns and and asks you as you're back up front. You've got the cloak back up as mornings come around. And this is assuming. Oh, good.
Yeah. This is up to you, but I feel like the spell would have vanished, the sphere around the
Yeah, when you wake up, it dissipates. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
The darkness retreats as you're like, oh, started waking up. It shrank just before you regained consciousness, and when you woke up, just distance.
And then the spell doesn't say specifically when I get the spell back, so it's up to you whenever I get it back. It just says vanishes at the end of the rest, or when I leave the sphere.
Yeah, anytime you take a short or long rest, it looks like.
So I'll get that back?
Yeah, yep. If you were to do like a short rest or another long rest, then you would have it again.
Cool.
All right. So Morik turns to you, Mina, once you've got your cloak and stuff back up and the mask. And I feel like I need to ask. It must be painful for you to travel during the day up here. And I have to say, nothing against drow, mind you, but I most that I've encountered. Oh, did I get it? Mosquito. As he reaches for mosquito in front of you. I feel like there's a story here, and I would love to hear it if you're willing to share. But if not, don't worry. It's a long journey, and there's much else we can talk about.
I started. She kind of takes her holy symbol and turns it around and starts rubbing the ring that's back there now. I started out as a murderer, a kidnapper. I lived in the Underdark in a city with a lot of my people. Until I was part of a reading group dedicated to the Spider Queen.
I see.
As you know, most drow do. And one day, one night, our group, we went raiding, and I found a bunch of slaves, and there was a new priest there, and he offered himself as a slave in exchange for this group. And since he was a magic user and was useful, we took him up on the offer.
Hey.
And to make a long story short, over time, this man taught me how to love. And then an incident happened, and we needed to run. We left Cathar and made it look as if we had been killed. And in all truth, the sun doesn't burn me. The sun doesn't hurt. Ever since I dedicated myself to Sune and her service, ever since Galadir, took me in, the sun hasn't hurt. And I became a cleric for her. And my husband and I lived a century mostly in peace. Those regular worshippers knew me. But being what I am, I harbor no ill will towards those who suspect me. It is understandable.
A shame.
It was a wonderful 122 years with him.
Sorry for your loss. He's no longer with us.
He died protecting me, and I didn't have the ability to bring him back. I still don't. I hope as part of our travels, Sune will, reveal to me the necessary spells to be able to bring him back. Though I feel as if he's at peace now.
Good. I'm sure him knowing that you were redeemed and he was able to be a part of that meant quite a deal to him. To bring me peace. Hope it brought.
He loved to brag about it.
Wonderful. And as the conversation kind of goes on through the day, it rolls back around towards evening time, and you've gone straight through the night, essentially, except Brixi and Emil, I think, and what was it? Kaylin was the other person that slept as well.
Yes.
Okay. This is sort of the next night, and he says, well, the horses need some rest. I need some rest. I think we should camp for the night. Felix, I feel that spot we used to camp at in our travels here is just nearby, isn't it? Maybe another mile or two?
Just about, but I thought that was our special spot.
Well, I mean, we don't have to use it, but boy, that sure was a great vantage point from there, watching passerbys.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Wonderful. I kind of chuckles to you.
Before Brixi goes to sleep, she is gonna recast the spell. So everybody again has +5 to perception in stealth.
Oh, okay.
So he pulls over into the woods, a good, quarter mile or so off the beaten path, and ties the horses off. There's, just enough room to navigate a very rough path back here. Spend an hour or so setting up everyone's tents and getting a campfire going. And it's 6:30, 7 in the evening. Does anyone want to do any role play as you settle in for this second night? He says there's about a day and a half left after this.
When I go to sleep, I'm gonna again try to dream to see if I can find my mentor again, and then ask questions.
Okay. Go ahead and make another wisdom check.
Nope.
Tonight you do dream of some of the spots that you walked with this entity with before. However, you're sort of by yourself tonight. You don't feel that same companionship or presence. But it still, warms your heart a bit to go through these same places that you went last night and feel the connection with nature walk through. All right. So you're asleep. Anyone else have anything as before bed?
I'll take first watch.
Yeah, I was going to say, since Kaylin slept, she'll take one of the earlier watches.
Okay. All right, so Mina and Kaylin, please roll perception checks with the +5 button.
Yep.
Amazing. Okay. Cease 28.
Rolls are just silly tonight.
First watch seems to go smoothly. You hear some, rustling in the woods, Mina. I mean, you hear everything around you. Really.
I am one with the night.
Yeah. You've got this
Mina hears Seb snoring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's great. However, it's just wildlife. Nothing out of the ordinary. As you tag out 4 hours in, who wants to take second to watch? Okay, Emil and Felix. Okay, go ahead and roll perception checks.
I think since I will say that since Kaylin's already slept pretty much, she's going to find Brewer. He's not sleeping, and just kind of ask him some questions about his mechanics and stuff. And we don't have to roleplay it because I don't know, just kind of asking so that way she can make some notes in her journal.
Okay.
And trying to do it as nonchalantly as possible.
Nice. He talks about not being able to show a lot of the inner workings because it would require him pulling apart the outer workings. Right, but he basically he shows you, some of the outer workings that make him tick, and some of his capabilities as far as the torso being separate on a being able to spin 360 in either direction, the head and neck doing the same, and the different joints and the way that he can maneuver. So you get a few sketches in your notebook and idea of end goal.
Great.
All right.
I was gonna say,
Mhm.
I was gonna wake up and take watch with somebody.
Okay. Do you want to plan on? Do you want to do third watch next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Emil and Felix, you both can really hear everything going on around you and see things. And again, it's essentially just nighttime creatures. Hear a couple of owls hooting and some other quiet is here as it really gets into like whatever that would be, midnight to 4 a.m. I'm gonna say that as you guys are transitioning, Emil and Felix over to Brixi and M. Go ahead, Brixi and M, if you two want to roll perception checks.
Flash five.
Oh no! Your mind is well, you're partly tired because you just got up from your sleep. Like, oh, but it's like 4 a.m. But also your mind's on your brother a little bit too. Like,
Oh, there.
Distracted.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's
Dan.
it, Brian?
I've been doing my rolls wrong with the +5. I forget to roll my perception.
Oh yeah.
So +6. So I was like, why isn't that higher?
Yeah. Okay. All right. 20. You do hear. Oh, poor mosquito. I clipped it. It was crippled on my keyboard.
Hey, don't feel bad for the mosquito.
Poor mosquito.
Well, I didn't put it out of its misery. It was just like, it's terrible.
Still,
Now
misery or not, it's still a pesky mosquito.
You hear an unnatural rustling. Everyone except for M, because you all rolled so high. And Emil, with the astronomical perception check, as you're changing of the guards here, so to speak, you even smell a little bit of a quick waft because you're downwind from this brimstone.
Okay, sorry, give me a second here.
So, what would my roll be with the +6?
It would be 20 instead of 19, right? Instead of a +5, you're saying, or it's +6 separate. Like +6 is your perception. It'd be 25 if that's the case. So you would also hear this. You just check your.
I'm testing this out.
Perception. Okay, yeah, it'd be 25. So you would also hear this unnatural, well, you did it anyway, but Ira Metzeltoth, that was her name.
What?
That's the Aaron Yes's name.
Oh.
She's like, just call me Ira. I'm just gonna take a picture.
Ira Metzeltoth?
Ira Metzeltoth. Yeah, she's in the combat tracker. Yeah.
Congratulating.
I
Like,
remember
but just
last
call
week
me
you said, I remember next time.
Okay.
Felix has the invisible? Was that from the other day? Felix is invisible from Emil?
I think I cast it on him at some point, yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to delete it if you just did it.
Okay, if we've got the initiative, though, I think if we've got the jump on them coming, given what I'm smelling, I'm definitely going to suggest we make the others.
Okay. So, Emil, you turn and say to the other three, M, who's sort of like, groggy and waking up, we need to wake the others. Put everybody out here.
Kaylin's already awake. Hang on.
It's really hard to see the grid for some reason. I feel like it should be a darker color, but it's not. Whatever, I guess. Okay, so here's a map, which you guys are sort of looking at. I'm just gonna...
Here's the map. Here's the map.
Nice.
You can get disadvantage on all your rolls for the rest of the night from now.
I have small children.
Yeah.
I have an excuse.
Awesome.
You can't use that once I get past a certain age, though.
It's true.
So you heard this sound. You heard it a couple times over from the eastern side here. If this is... No, that's not right. Trying to think of the thing that it was, and it was like a CR of 18 that I pulled up, and I guess not it.
Running time.
Yeah.
We can handle it. There's 7 of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we had Kier's Lament with us as well.
Ah, nice. Sweet. Okay. Right, how I'm gonna do this is put it here in this encounter.
Did we have a fire at all, or were we just kind of chilling?
You did earlier, but it'd probably be put out at night unless you guys wanted to keep it open. Entirely fine.
Yeah, not on my watch.
Literally. and this is like heavily wooded.
It's
kind of
heavily wooded, yeah, very dense wood.
Fire is a bad idea.
Probably.
Smelled for sure.
Nice.
Let's set the forest on fire.
All right.
August is Mina wants to set everything on fire month.
Burn. I mean, half of the country is on fire anyways, so.
Oh, this is so great. Okay. Now where I think sorry, this part wasn't there we go.
Dan wasn't expecting us to get this far.
Yeah. Oh crap, quick. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Just kidding.
Okay, so so at this point, it's been 4 hours since the first watch, right?
It was 4 hours. It's been about 8 hours. It's just
So
at that last transition.
I've had a long rest. Yay.
Oh, good. All right, let me just get these guys here. This. I'm so excited. All right, and then I'm just gonna move this over here since we're ready. All right, since you guys are prepared for this, go ahead and roll initiative.
So do you guys wake us up and like tell us that there's something wrong?
That was my plan, telling you there's something demonic coming.
Okay. When you do that, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And since there's time to prep, if I get time to cast a spell, I am absolutely going to put Dark Vision on myself.
Okay.
Ooh.
Initiative.
Emil, you just you know the basic, very quick somatic components of the spell, and you usher them and put your hands here and just kind of wipe them down, and it as you open your eyes after. It's a bit of like a dewy it creates a bit of dew over your eyes. And as you open up and let the dew kind of soak in your eyes, you can see now. It's black and white beyond, your normal range of vision, out to 60 feet. And you can see figures and rough detail as well. Dark vision.
And weirdly, that symbol is also thieves' cant for ordering ice cream. So,
Nice.
With dark vision of 120 feet, can I make a perception check to spot whatever is coming around?
Well, probably in a bit.
Okay.
It's all happening at the same time. I'm giving you guys a little bit of a prep time, but because you cast your thing, I'll say not quite this round, but you are ready. You're at least alert and ready. Okay. Is that everybody? It looks like it. Yeah. Okay. You hear a loud snarl and chomping of teeth as bounding out of the woods. Jack, I think that this is a standard size hound. Looks a bit wolf-like.
No.
Is it? Here we go. Tokens are on here twice for. Anyway, I'm bounding out of the woods from some of the brush. You see some of the brush shake, and bolting out of it comes this standard size wolf. 2, 4, 5. It's got speed of 50, so it runs right up next to Felix and goes to leap. All right, I don't think.
Oh no.
This is actually really convenient because I don't have dark vision. And now I don't need to see where the wolf is.
Perfect. It jumps up and attempts to bite you. And with a natural 20, it does just. Okay. From the sides of its eyes are these little flips of flame, and its mouth has this smoke and flame pouring out of the sides. The bite itself only does a little bit of damage, but you feel the flame coming out of its throat and mouth, and it burns as it bites onto your shoulder, singes all around, and the flames crawl up the side of your face. Youch. Reminds you of getting burned with a fireball, or was that just Mallows? I can't remember if you got burned by it.
Yeah, that was me too.
Okay, yeah. I have flashbacks of that momentarily. That ends its turn. Oh gosh, what? They have this?
Oh no.
Oh, all right. Next, you hear from a different direction.
Hi.
I mean, just a little bit above that one, another bounding wolf. 1, 2. Okay, and this one that's Mina. Up towards you, Mina. And goes to.
Oh wait, let me actually put that I've cast the spell. Where is it? Yeah. Okay.
Nice. And what is this? What does the spell do again? It's
it gives me +2 to my AC.
Nice. Okay. All right. So this one runs up and rears up like it's gonna jump, but stands there like it's standing on its back feet for a minute. And as it falls forward, it lets out this fiery breath that across your form. All right, and this forces
fire.
you to do a
Well, now it doesn't matter who sets the forest on fire.
Oh, you succeeded. Nice. Let me see if they still. All right, so it's halved on success.
Excuse me. Protect the baby luck dragon.
Nice. So you, as you see this, you duck under and pull up. Do you have a shield?
I do not. Oh, I have my shield of faith, so it's just kind of like this shimmering, like golden, like.
Amazing. You duck under, and you see the flames for everyone else light up the dark night sky. as little embers fly off across this opening in the woods here and hit this animated ethereal shield in front of her. Some of the flames get through, they dance around and burn the edges of your body, but for the most part, you're okay. And that brings us to Mina.
Okay. All right. First, I'm gonna chuck a healing word at Felix there.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do. Okay, control that and. Okay, how do you do spells? Okay, so I'm doing this at a 2nd level, so I'm just gonna roll it twice.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice. So that's
Really nice. Yeah.
that should really be 12. You recover 12.
12 on each.
Got it.
No, 12 total.
Oh, okay, right. It doesn't have the plus 4. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then did I take that? I did. This thing annoyed me, so I'm going to just kind of like good doggy, pat it on the head and cast a 3rd level inflict wounds.
Oh, nice.
Which is right here. So I'll cast it on. Nope. No, how do I unselect?
Oh, control click Felix again. I should deselect him. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Not Felix.
Yeah. Okay.
There's also a button at the top that is a circle with a red line through it that clears everything you've targeted.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Oh!
Oh no! Good doggy.
Do I
Yeah.
Does the spell get wasted, or do I get to hold on to it?
You pat the doggy's head, and as you were going to release the spell, like some of the flames dance out of its mouth and singe. You pull back a little as it pulls down, and you just feel the energy discharge into the night air. No. And with the heal spell, if you grab like go to click the heal once and then right click, it'll add a 2nd die, but won't do the modifier 2nd die.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Any movement or anything else for Mina?
I'm gonna pull out my rapier.
Okay, nice.
Does it?
Felix,
Just
you're up.
like, oh crap.
Man, how do I want to do this? So many options now.
You tell us.
Yeah, no, let's go with the Old Faithful.
Oh, I need to make a Constitution save. Concentration check.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's
Okay,
a
I'm fine.
success. Dog is biting down on your shoulder currently, Felix.
Lightning stick, 2 attacks, and then bonus action, secondary strike with it.
Nice.
You have monk.
It's just too close to your form. You strike with the first one, it doesn't hit. Swing to the side, doesn't hit. It's grappling you almost.
Oh.
And then you swing with the 3rd one. The flames are just really have you not, your mind completely disorganized. You're trying to get this thing and its flames away from you. Whack, whack, whack. Nothing
Yikes.
lands.
That's my turn.
Oh, no, Felix. All right. Emil, you're up.
Alrighty. I think it's probably just short bow time.
Okay. In the shadows around the trees, you take your short bow out, target one of the hellhounds.
I am going to use my inspiration die.
Nice.
Which is what, a D8?
It is currently, yeah. Woo! Oh, nice! That hits for sure.
Excellent.
You let loose the arrow with your dark vision. You have a very good sense of exactly where this creature is. Arrow flies in right into its front of its right shoulder. Snarls. You let's see, is that the one that was Oh my gosh, that's amazing. 17 points of damage. I was completely not expecting that whatsoever. And so it took a boatload of damage, right? That's the one that's on Mina, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Snarls and looks over at you and back at Mina's kind of snarling at the two of you currently.
And I will bonus to hide in. I assume there's some. I would assume I would have moved to where there was some cover. So
yeah, there's quite a bit around. Em, you're up.
One second.
Sucks not having a dex modifier.
Yeah, it's just being a butt. He got locked up on me.
Oh no.
Okay, so the one that Emil shot was the one by Mina, right? And it's not dead yet.
It is
For
not
some
dead yet.
reason, I can't access the combat tracker.
Huh.
It's being a butt.
I can do it for. What would you like? What would you like?
Well, I would like to use my longbow and shoot it from the side because I'm not super close to it.
Okay, neat.
Like I'm not
Well,
too
which
far away. I should be able to hit it unless I roll terrible
neat. As I often do for everyone. Now, is this the Hellhound that's in front of Mina or the one in front of Felix?
Yes, the first one, the one in front of Mina.
And I'm just going to toss out, certainly do whatever you like. You do have other like level 3 spells like Call Lightning and stuff too. Just in case you end up wanting to use one of those.
Oh, I know. I'm just,
Yep. You just
weapon stuff.
yeah. You've woken up. You're ready to go. You aim. I'm sorry. It's one in front of Mina. You said, right?
Yeah.
So you unleash. I'm the worst. And you miss. You release the arrow into the night, into a tree behind it.
I really suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You don't have extra attack or anything yet, right? Right, because Druid. Okay. Anything else for you this turn? Do you want to move at all, or?
Thanks to you.
I'm so sorry.
I'll just move right there. I mean,
okay.
Not much. All right.
Okay.
I tried.
All right. Then, out of the shrubs,
Seriously,
hopping along the branches, is this creepy little thing, almost like a little monkey. It looks like as it comes out, except it's a flying monkey. It has wings and a small
fly, my pretties.
A small imp lands just before Kaylin here on the rock. Kaylin. She looks around and looks over at Brixi and then back at Kaylin and goes for a let's see, what can it do?
Whatever it's doing it with disadvantage because I'm using warding flare.
Nice. Right. It tries to. That's gonna be its thing. Where and is that an at will? No. Okay. So this one looks like I mean, you recognize it as an imp because you've seen these before. You've actually seen these in the sewers below the city of Metz, I think it was.
Yeah. I think
it has like this bat-like form that it's in right now. and it comes down and attempts to do this bite. Oh no, it just does a sting. Okay. Hitting
At
the wrong
disadvantage.
buttons. At disadvantage. Thank you for reminding me again. I completely forgot already. Okay, and it's goes to sting with its tail.
That wasn't a roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, it
Unless
dropped to
it just
16. Yeah.
Oh.
It had a 12 and a 16, but it has a +5 mod. I think it probably just hit her because it was only 17 total. Yeah. And you see this shield of faith. Is that what it is? Is that what it's called?
The radiant. No, that's the warding flare. So just bright flash of light.
It just stabs blindly through and hits Kaylin. Kaylin, I don't think you had good luck with these earlier. Dealing 7 points of damage, but then you've got to do a Constitution saving throw. You succeeded. You 27. That is amazing, and I think that you do not have to. Alright, it does. You still feel some poison course through your veins. It's halved because you just like smack the stinger out before you take too much damage. It looks back over at Brixi from the woods.
Wood.
A third hellhound pounces out right behind Brixi and attacks. Tries to bite right into the back of her torso and hits. Flames pour out of its mouth as it bites into the back of Brixi. You feel the pain of the bite on the side of your torso, and then the flames run up your side and up under your arm and dance up over your shoulder.
Does anything happen to the baby dragon?
No. It's technically not in combat. We'll say it's resting somewhere, because unless it's gonna attack, no, it's not. Yeah, right. Yeah, for now, since it's a baby.
Well, we're gonna because I said that I was cuddling it, and
if you want it to burn, that's cool. I'm okay with that too. We'll say it's on your other side for now.
We had a moment to prepare, so it's just tucked it away.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice, and you swaddled it by the campfire. Okay, Brixi, it's your turn. And Kaylin, you'll be up next. And then we'll end the round, probably. You've got a wolf with its mouth around, really it's a hellhound. You would know it's a hellhound because of your past. You've seen these.
Because reasons.
But currently it's chomping down on you. What do you want to do?
You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals to the hellhound behind me, and ask why is it attacking this? And I'm gonna tell we only are passing by. Why are you attacking this?
Which language do you speak?
Infernal.
Okay. It sort of looks and growls. Now this is a fiend. It's not a beast. So, however, it does understand Infernal, which you know it does. It just can't respond. It doesn't speak it. It sort of just growls and it's sort of biting you on the side right now. So it's not really. It can't answer anyway. Yeah. It's
Okay. Can I do anything with my bonus action? Talking to myself out loud.
I think you might have you have yeah, I guess not. I don't see any bonus ones.
The only bonus one I have is Healing Word, which I did not prepare today.
Okay. So you're trying to reach out to this thing, and while it can understand you, it's still snarling and chewing away. Do you want to move or anything?
Will it get an attack of opportunity on me?
Yeah, if you walk out of its range, yeah.
Oh no! Wait. Yeah. It's an action. Only circle of the moon is circle of the moon is a bonus action of shape, wild shape.
Bummer. All right. Nothing else for Brixi then?
I'm gonna try to move, but
Okay.
oh, how I wish I was a rogue.
All right, go ahead and move wherever you'd like to. Up to your movement speed. And clear a little room and line up with some of these others. You duck through the shrubs.
She's just gonna hide because she's starting to get anxious knowing what these creatures are and where they come from.
Yeah. So it goes and takes its attack of opportunity. Oh, a natural 20.
Why, Dan? Why?
I'm so sorry. And it just, lets go for a second as you start to run and comes back down on the back of your left calf muscle in your leg and just rips a little chunk out of it, and the flames dance up your leg as you hobble away, pushing through the bushes to try and get away from this. And that. Whee! No. Thankfully, it's not. It's momentary as you're running through. The flames dissipate. All right, Kaylin, that's you.
So 2 quick questions.
Mm-hmm.
Am I poisoned?
You don't have the poison status effect. You took some damage from poison. But
I have immunity to damage from poison.
Oh, from the damage or from the effect?
Well, according to the book, it says
forgot about that.
You have resistance against poison damage.
Okay, so that's half damage. So, you would get halved. Let me go back here and see what you got.
And also, I noticed that my HP is down to 13, but I've slept. Does that make a difference?
That's what you just got from this thing. All right, the poison was. Sorry, that was 13 from that. Because you saved. Yeah, so that was 13. So that would actually be, I think, 7. So you would only have...
Okay.
7 from that, yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to attack this wee little imp in front of me.
Okay.
And,
it's just dancing.
I'm going to take... I am angry. I'm going to take my short swords and go after it. Oh, gosh. All right.
You strike it with your first short sword.
There. All right, so that's 7 damage.
Okay. You strike it, and it doesn't quite dig in as much as you thought it would, but it still does. It opens up a wound along its chest.
Great. All right, now for the other one.
Hits again. It looks back.
Right.
Gets struck again.
Okay.
Got an X on its chest now. You open up little slashing wounds on its chest to make an X. Anything else for Kaylin?
No, I'm gonna stay by this guy. I'm right here. So I'll go ahead and go on. Here you go.
Out of the woods.
Hi, Nabadan.
Comes another imp.
Oh, jeez.
This one dances. This one starts dancing like the other. Where is the tiefling? All we want is the tiefling. You can all leave. he looks over, and I'm pretty sure he's going to see. Okay. He doesn't see her. He rolled a 1.
Oh.
Where is the tiefling? What's the tiefling? She belongs to us. You can all
Can I use
leave.
Fireball now?
You all have like a free action if you want to ask it anything.
I'm going to say she belongs to no one.
You can take that up with the master then when we send you to hell.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
No!
Oh,
You're not taking me.
Nice.
That was a good cliffhanger, Dan.
Woo! And I will properly add Brewer in because I just realized that I'll add Brewer in. He's like a super
Yes.
advantage to have with you.
Oh, thank
Yes.
goodness.
It's like
Yes.
insane. Yeah.
Guys, don't get killed. I don't have any mass healing that doesn't take less than 10 minutes to cast.
Nice. Oh, thank you for subbing, Mariah. Yay! Thanks for joining us tonight. I know we're having a rough night,
I
so
didn't
nice to
sub.
see you.
Somebody gift me a sub.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the sub gift to Mariah.
No, you at it again. You gotta watch for him. I don't know how many
Rocks.
subs he's from on my channel. He subbed 5 subs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you rock, good gnome. You rock.
Nev, you guys will find out.
Yeah.
Like
Brixi,
us.
you got some splaining to do, Brixi. Awesome.
There's a lot of baggage we didn't know about.
I mean, just to
Did
be
any of us
fair,
just have like a plain childhood with like nothing terrible happened, both parents still alive?
Awesome.
My parents might be alive. I don't know.
Nice.
No
I just never
drama
knew 'em.
other than like the normal childhood stuff.
Awesome. Well, that was fun. Sorry, I ran a little bit over there. I wanted to let everyone have a part in the round. Was the only reason I kind of stuck. I didn't want anyone to get shortchanged tonight. So thank you for your patience.
speak with animals and trying to negotiate with them.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. I mean,
Yeah.
all you can do is try.
You can certainly try.
Exactly.
Lots of fun. I cannot wait.
What? Huh? How? How do they have the money to do that? Nev said, I saw someone gift over 100 subs on someone's channel.
Jeez. Well, there's people out there. Well, thank you, players. I know it's late and many of you have to go to bed. And thank you all. Just thank you all for being here and being a part of this. We're on, episode 58? Thank you for seeing this through so far. So far along. This is amazing. And taking the time out of your crazy lives and busy lives and hectic lives just to be here. I appreciate it. Odd. Fun.
Dan, do you want to mention that in 2 weeks is our 50th episode?
In 2 weeks, it's our 50th episode. Look forward to it.
Our 1 year anniversary.
Yes, that would be amazing,
Oh, wow.
right? Because I think we've only missed the 2.
I think it hits on the same. I think it's around the same time. Like I think
Nice.
so. It should be like cool.
Yeah. I think next month is going to be like real dice all month because we'll have the first of the month, and then I think it's the 50th anniversary, and then I think it's just the next week that is our 1 year anniversary. So we'll have like, I think we'll look it up, but we'll say that there's at least 2 weeks of real dice this
For the
upcoming week.
50th and the 1 year, we should all dress in character.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
I love
I
it.
ordered a wig, and it's kind of like what I imagine Brixi
Ooh.
would appear to be. So
Let's check it out.
And I'm
Check
working
it
on-
out.
I'm gonna work on Brixi's cosplay after I work on my Pike cosplay for Acon next year. So there's me and a bunch of critters I met at Acon this year.
Ooh.
Two from Oklahoma, one from Dallas, and the other from LA. She flew from LA to Dallas.
Wow.
At on. We were like, what? How? Why would you be here?
Crazy.
Oh,
Hope they had
Donna
fun.
had a good suggestion. Halloween stream dressed in
Oh
character.
yeah, I've done that, and did we do that the first year round?
No, we just dressed in We just dressed in
Yeah, Halloween stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah, all
And
the
you
cool
had your
things.
floating head.
Yes, I love that. I'll probably just do it again because I can manage it. Awesome. All right, let's wrap it up here, gang. We will see you all next Friday, same time, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. We also have our All Evil campaign, Kier's Lament, every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. So take care. Thank you, viewers, for being here and chilling with us. You're amazing. And the subs and the fun and players, thank you so very much.
Hey, Dan, since I am a sub, can I give my inspiration dice to myself?
You can, technically, yeah. Yep. Or you can hang on to it and throw it out just in case someone, you're like, oh, this person needs it. But you can use it for yourself, absolutely.
Cool.
Eat. Catch you all later. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.